Has loneliness ever felt like suffering to you? Loneliness often creeps in uninvited, cloaking us in a shadow we've been taught to dread. Society tells us it's a sign of something gone wrong, a void to be filled with noise, people, or distraction. In reality, loneliness is many things but a curse. If we embrace it, it can truly be a blessing in disguise, something that lets us breathe and leads us to know ourselves. If we know where we're heading and we're already on our way, loneliness will never feel like something we need to get rid of. It's a reminder that company is sweetest when it's chosen, not forced. Being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. And once we realize this, we hold in our hands the key for a better life. Loneliness is that aching sense of isolation we didn't ask for. Solitude, though, is different. It's a choice, a deliberate pause from the world. And it's in this chosen solitude that we uncover who we really are. When we step away from the chatter of others, we're left with something rare, our own thoughts. Psychologists call this introspection, and it's the bedrock of self-awareness. Without the influence of outside voices, we can hear our own. Our fears, our hopes, our truths. It can help us to develop the skill to align actions with values. Imagine sitting quietly in a room without distractions. What surfaces? Maybe a dream you've buried under daily routines, or a question you've never dared to ask.
What do I really want?
Solitude hands us the tools to dig deep, to peel back the layers we show the world, and meet the person beneath. It's not always comfortable, but it's powerful. Loneliness, when we choose it, becomes a classroom where the only student and the only teacher is you. Beyond self-discovery, loneliness offers another treasure. Time. Time to figure things out, to chase the goals that matter to us. In our busy lives, we're often pulled in a dozen directions. But when we're alone, that tug of war stops. We get to focus, uninterrupted, on what lights us up. In psychology, there's a state called flow, when you're so absorbed in something that the world fades away. It's that feeling of losing track of time while painting, writing, or solving a problem. Flow thrives in solitude. Without distractions, we can dive deep into our passions. Studies show that solitude boosts creativity and productivity, giving our minds room to wander and work. Being alone can be a launch pad. Whether you're sketching a business plan or mastering a new skill, solitude offers the freedom to fail, tweak, and try again. All on your own terms. It's your time to build something extraordinary. Now, some of us might be thinking, but humans are social creatures. Don't we need others? And the answer to that is simple. Yes, we do. Company is a beautiful thing, but here's the catch we mentioned before.
It's most pleasant when it's not forced.
There's a stark difference between loneliness and solitude, just as there's a difference between meaningful connection and obligation. Forced company, think awkward small talk at a party you didn't want to attend, can leave us drained. But when we choose who to spend time with, it's like sunlight breaking through clouds. Those moments glow because they're intentional. The philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre put it sharply: if you're lonely when you're alone, you're in bad company. We need to be at peace with ourselves first. Solitude teaches us that. When we're comfortable in our own skin, we seek out others not to fill a gap, but to share something real. Voluntary companionship isn't about escaping loneliness. It's about enhancing life with people who matter. And that choice makes all the difference. Solitude lets the mind roam free. Neurologically, it activates the brain's default mode network, a system tied to self-reflection, planning, and imagination. When we're alone, this network hums, helping us process our past and dream up our future. Solitude, when wielded wisely, strengthens us. It's not about cutting off the world. It's about knowing when to step back and recharge. Philosophers have wrestled with solitude for centuries. Take Henry David Thoreau, who retreated to a cabin by Walden Pond. He wrote, "I find it wholesome to be alone the greater part of the time. To be in company, even with the best, is soon wearisome and dissipating." For Thoreau, solitude wasn't isolation. It was a way to connect with himself and nature. Then there's Friedrich Nietzsche, who saw solitude as a forge for the self. He said, "To be your own man is hard business. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." Nietzsche believed that standing alone, away from the crowd, builds resilience and authenticity. Loneliness, when chosen, isn't a void. It's a space to grow, to become. In a world that fears being alone, let's rewrite the story. Loneliness doesn't have to be a shadow. It can be a light. It's a chance to meet yourself, to carve out time for your goals, and to savor the company you choose, not endure the company you're stuck with. Reflect, dream, work on something that's yours, and when you step back into the world, pick your people with care, quality over quantity. Embrace loneliness as your guide on that journey, and let it lead you to a life that's truly your own, a life worth sharing with others. As we stand at the threshold of our own becoming, let us not shy away from the path of solitude, for it is here, in the quiet expanse of our own company, that we confront the essence of who we are. Loneliness is a forge where the raw ore of our being is refined into something luminous and enduring. We can transmute our moments of isolation into wisdom, our silence into strength. From the ancient philosophers who wrestled with truth in the stillness, to the visionaries who birthed masterpieces in the embrace of solitude, the message echoes. Within the depths of being alone, lies the power to become. So, let us not merely endure loneliness, but embrace it as the fire that tempers our spirit, the mirror that reveals our truest self, and the bridge that leads us to a life of authentic connection and purpose. For in the grand tapestry of existence, it is through these solitary threads that we weave the constellation of our legacy. A light not dimmed by the dark, but made brighter by it.